Hey everybody, Tyler here. Today we're going to get into a few important topics. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to discuss the actual gearbox strategy and your expectations and how many trades you can expect to be receiving or approving monthly if you're using the MAV version. We've seen a lot of users that maybe haven't getting as many trades as they wanted to this week, or some that haven't even seen any trades. And we want to actually explain why this is. Gearbox is very precise. It requires very specific events to happen and to trigger trades. So I'm going to go through and I'm going to get into some data. I'm going to show you some FX books, some different account strategies and analytics to help explain a little bit more in detail on how this works. Now, before we go ahead and get started, I do need to read you a risk disclosure. Trading the foreign exchange market carries high risk, and it may not be suitable for all investors. Trading on margin and utilizing leverage can carry an even higher level of risk that can lead to a complete loss of investment funds. Before deciding to trade the foreign exchange market or use any of our software alerts products, you should carefully and diligently consider your personal investment objectives, your level of experience, and your risk tolerance. There is a possibility that you could potentially sustain a significant loss. You should not invest or trade any capital that you cannot afford to lose. It is your responsibility to be aware of and understand all risks associated with foreign exchange trading and to seek professional advice from an independent certified financial advisor if you do have any doubts. Auvoria Prime LLC does not exercise trading authority over your trades. You and you alone exercise discretionary trading authority over every trade. If you are sharing any of your results from using Gearbox, which is only allowed in designated Facebook groups, please do not use the term company recommended settings. Auvoria Prime does not have any recommended settings. Auvoria Prime is not a financial advisory firm. Auvoria Prime licenses software that users can use however they want at their own risk and discretion. Gearbox does come without the box settings upon initial setup, which customers have the ability to customize their settings however they want. Auvoria Prime has nothing to do with a customer's broker account and does not solicit or take investments. No brokers are recommended. Again, Auvoria Prime just licenses software and sells amazing education that users can learn and potentially benefit from. Any settings I am sharing are developer settings and not company recommended settings. This call is for educational purposes only. So the first thing I want to do is I want to get into some data, and this is actually an account we started at Monday night. It's a brand new live account, and yes, it has not taken a single trade. And I went and I said, is everything okay? This account is running Sniper 3 max pairs trading, and I saw that it hadn't taken a trade. So I went into the experts tab, and I went ahead and I made sure I verified everything was checked in all the boxes that needed to be under tools options, as well as in here under the common. Everything was good, auto trading was on, and I went through and I saw that there was no request to send notification, meaning that there was no trades that hit their level using an MAV version, or if you were on an international version, I saw no error saying no failed order. There was no error saying failed to send notification. There was no error saying failed to enter trade, right? So the logs were clear. It was just ghost trades, meaning that the very precise setups that needed to occur to enter a trade actually did not occur on all of these pairs. Now, I saw some people that were messaging me saying, oh, well, I'm running swing settings and I didn't even enter a trade. Well, in the answer to this, I want to first go and take a look at some my FX books, and then I'm going to show you some live accounts of mine that have been running, and the only trades they're in were actually trades still from last week, a lot of them. So I'm going to show you that so you can see that even my accounts weren't entering new trades. But first I want to show you, this is one of my accounts we've been running, and you see I'm actually going to have to log in, it says. So give me a second here. So if we go into this account, you can see this is one of my Sniper accounts. It's running the traditional standard rule of thumb Sniper settings, where it's scanning the 24, 25 pairs, right, whatever you're running. And in that regards, it's only allowing 3 max pairs to trade at any single time, and it's running a 0.01 per thousand. And on this account, when you take a look at the actual analytics, you'll see that it's only taken 87 trades. Now, this is what I need you to understand. This account has over 3 months running now. So you're talking about 87 trades if you are using a MAV version of Gearbox, the manual approval version, you're approving a sequence that could have a few trades in it. You're not just approving each trade individually, which means using the MAV version, let's say on average there's 3 trades in each sequence, you could potentially be approving as little as 10 trades or 10 trade approvals a month on the MAV version, or in general only seeing on your account in a month between 20 and 30 trades running, say, the sniper settings based on this account and how it's performed, running 3 max pairs trading. You can see it's been very specific in the trades it's taken. Now I want to go ahead and also show you swing because I do have swing accounts running. Here's a swing account that is running, and this one's actually even trading 6 max pairs. And in the time it's been running, which we have a few months here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 months, about 3.5 months running. This account, as you can see, is up 65%. It's been doing about 14% a month, pretty incredible. Now, it's only taken 258 trades. So even in that same regard, when you look at 258 trades, if you were to divide that by, let's say, on average 3, meaning that there's about on average 3 trades in any approval, looking at data, that means that using an MAV version, you would have maybe accepted 75 trades or so in total trade approvals. You would have accepted those sequences, only about 75 of them of the 258 taken here. So again, split up over 4 months, that's not a lot of trades either. Even on swing settings, it's still a very precise trade setup, where it's not always going to be getting into new trades. There's going to be times where you see no trades open in your account, and there's times trades will close and there won't be new ones ready to enter, which is actually the exact thing happening on this account. So a lot of people are saying I'm on swing and I'm still not getting trades. Well, I want to show you something. This isn't the account. That's one of the accounts that I showed you that has only taken in total 87 trades in 3 months. It's up almost 40%. It's a live $50,000 account. I've withdrawn from it. It's currently, if you look, in $950 floating profit. Right? I haven't even closed these out. These have a ways to go. But I want to go ahead and show you that the trades that many of these accounts are in are the accounts from last week. This is a sniper account that's running 6 maximum pairs trading, and you can see right now 1, 2, 3, 4. We only have 4 open. This is a sniper running 6 max pairs trading, and these are 4 trades open still, and many of these are all from last week. When you take a look at that, and then you're going to go into another account here, and this is the swing account, and you can see even if it's taken trades this week, they're minimal. They're very, very tiny. You can see though it has not gotten into many setups at all. It's actually only in 1, 2, 3, 4. It's in 5 of the trades. This is a swing account, but as you see, some of these are still lingering from last week. Some are from the beginning of this week. As you get later in the week, you're going to notice it waits for an even more precise setup to get an entry on any pair, and everyone's account does trade independently. Meaning that some of these trades could be ones that entered right at market open for someone. Someone else could have waited 2 hours for market open. Someone else's may have gotten in here on a different broker at a different price and spread and got out of a ghost trade before someone else's went and swung an entry. There's a lot of variables, being that there is the ghost trades, but what you need to see is that I don't even have 6 deployed right now. I could have 6 deployed. These are accounts that have been running, back to back to back every single week. And right now, many of my accounts aren't taking many new positions or new trades. Like my Super Sniper account, if we were to go to it right now, it is this account. This account is out of all trades right now. It finished its trades from last week. And you can see it is in no new trades right now. It's trading, everything's on, but no new trades. Running snooper sniper strategy there. And here's a sniper, so just back to back overall, the general thing to understand and look at in the data is that not many trades are happening. You can see that this account as well has old trades lingering from the beginning of the week, and then you can see that this trade was taken today. This is a sniper. So in general, people should be getting some trades, and if you're not seeing trades or seeing notifications happen, go and investigate in some of the videos to make sure everything's set up properly, so that you can look to see some trades and opportunities. But also do understand that with Gearbox, you do need to have patience. Many of these trades come from letting things run and just kind of waiting for things to hit their proper executions. The one thing I do want to notice and note is if you are using swing, we can take a look at some more data here. With swing, you are still, you're skipping about 50 pips worth of potential drawdown and looking to enter a trade based on the fact saying that, okay, the base strategy, when it gets into 50 pips in drawdown from where it entered, I want to enter that trade on these currencies here, and I want to enter here on these currencies. Now, that is still pretty early entry. Again, you're giving yourself 50 pips later in the trend, but if something still goes and has a major movement, swing settings in general still aren't waiting for too precise of a setup, but they are still waiting for a pretty precise setup. As you saw, that account still in 4 months has only taken about 250 trades, even with 6 max pairs trading. So somebody running less with swing could be experiencing even less as well, being they won't have the opportunity to deploy as many pairs. Now, you also have to remember, after Wednesday, by default, the strategies automatically raise the gear by 1, meaning that on swing you're already waiting till a level 3 by Wednesday. So Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, your actual swing entry would be a normal sniper entry, and your normal sniper entry become a normal super sniper entry. And after Wednesday, your normal super sniper entry here would go to gear 5, or in this case gear 8. It's going to increase by 1, because after Wednesday into Thursday, Friday, there tends to be more volatility, larger moves, so it's better to protect yourself and also increase a level and wait for a more precise trade setup as well. So in that regards as well, after Wednesday, if you're using even swing, you're still waiting for an 87 pip move to happen in the opposite direction of the base strategy against you before you would take your first entry. And that still is a pretty significant move, especially during consolidated periods in the market where things are kind of ranging. We're looking for sometimes things to trend a little bit to actually get into these entries. And the way the market is this week, there hasn't been too much serious movement there, so you can understand you're waiting farther to get into trades, and sometimes the market just doesn't deliver you what you want. And that's really the big thing to understand is, again, the patience in Gearbox and the strategy, and knowing that you're not always going to get into a ton of new trades, but you should see some forms of trades. It all is going to be dependent on your account, when your ghost trade started, when you set up. I've seen that a lot of people saw trades early in the week, even myself, but then I saw some people weren't getting any trades at all for the last few days. So again, look at your accounts. If you're in one of those cases, like this account, you see just got another one here, but it still doesn't have its max pairs deployed. It's waiting for very precise setups. And take a look at that. Understand it's the patience game with Gearbox. The other thing is you have to understand it's low lot exposure. When I say low lot exposure, it's only traded 4.69 lots in total on this 1500 account to make 860 euros here in this account, as this one's actually in euros. You can see it still has a great profit factor. It's over 2. Swing still tends to be on the lower end of the profit factor side for my liking, compared to, say, or like this sniper account. Like I said, super low lot exposure. Running the sniper strategy, it's only traded 42 lots on an account of this size to get almost a 40% gain in 87 trades, and the profit factor 16. And what I love about this is often with sniper strategy, you're going to notice your average win is always going to be better than your average loss, which that's something I think is very important for risk management. Is studying that data and finding strategies where your profit, always is outweighing your risk, and not just the money aspect, but also in the PIP aspect. Because any software can, take a bunch of terrible trades and find a risk management strategy out, but it takes some really good softwares to find incredible entries and just catch a solid amount of pips. And that's really the strategy behind Gearbox, which is why sometimes it takes the patience game to actually get where you want to go with it. And especially, I'll give you another example. If you're running a $250 account, you need to have some serious patience. The reason I say this is this account's been running now, it'll be 3.5 months. Okay, yeah, no, it hasn't made a lot of money. It has experienced a 40% drawdown, but it's trading maximum one pair at a time. If you increase your risk beyond that, again, you could possibly blow an account doing that. It's already using small capital. I wouldn't go beyond one unless you understand the risks and you're very hands-on with it, with such a little account. And this one's allowing one max pair trading. It's doing pretty good, and I think it's more powerful just to kind of see it work on small capital than anything. But again, this account's only taken 42 trades in this period of time. Say you daisy chain 3 of them together, on average 3 trades and 1 trade approval using the MAV version, you potentially here would have looked at only approving 10 trades over 4 months. Yeah, they were great trades when they swung, but you're not taking a lot of trades. It's more about the actual profit it's making, and how that's working. Or let's use a 500 account for an example as well. 2 max pairs trading here. This account's up 43%. It's been doing incredible. You can see it didn't get into the same drawdown as that 250 account, meaning it traded a different pair. One of them got in a bigger move, another had its max pairs deployed and maybe didn't get into that trade, right? Everyone's accounts are going to trade a little bit differently because of that. But as well, this account's actually only taken 48 trades, and that's very similar, meaning that a very similar amount of approvals there. So it's really a patience game in using Gearbox, especially even with smaller capital, because you're not going to be getting a lot of trades, and people want to see a lot of trades. And you got to understand, Gearbox is a low lot exposure software. This account's only taken 0.66 lots in 4 months, a little $500 account. But you can understand that there's not going to be that many trades coming, because you are limiting your maximum pairs allowed to trade at once. So there's going to be times where none of them are even hitting their entries. There's going to be other times where you're stuck in 3 and there's 6 other great trades you can't enter because your max pairs is already deployed and you don't want to increase your risk. So just understand the patience game. Also, like I said, this is why I run a swing strategy individually on each account or each currency pair, little $500 lives, and throw them on every single currency pair there is. Not every single currency pair, but the majors and minors, and starting to track them, the data, see how they do, so I can see what anyone's experiencing at any time. And you could look at Euro AUD and say, I'm not going to use swing settings in Euro AUD. Got 10% drawdown on a $500 account. Maybe you only want to use Sniper or Super on Euro AUD, right? So this is also good for data collection. GBP USD swing settings still also a little aggressive. USD CAD swing settings still a little aggressive. I want to look at the drawdown on some of these using swing settings on a small account as well, so that we can see, because if it can sustain a small $500 account, I know that also $500 accounts using Sniper strategy are safe, or Super on 250, right? We're using this for for the real experience of actual data, so that we can go week to week and look at all of this and see how many trades things are actually taking. And again, as we've mentioned, it has been definitely slower this week, so you're going to want to Stay tuned for next week. Normally after a slow week, there tends to be pretty good weeks. Again, I can't make any recommendations or deliver the market to anybody, but the market this week didn't deliver that many trading opportunities for Gearbox, and I wanted to come on and share some of that data so that people can say, whoa, it's not taking a lot of trades. Why have I only taken 4 trades this week? Or why has somebody only taken 1 or 2 trades and someone's taken no trades? And again, that's just what the market's delivered this week. So every week's going to be a little bit different. Just have the patience and understand that Gearbox is a more institutional strategy, and it works more on swing trading, and also it does hold positions a lot longer, right? If we take a look at this account, on average we're holding trades at least 3 days in total. Of these 87 trades, on average 3 days is the hold time. Or if you look at a swing account, swing sometimes even holds longer. The swing account here is, now this one's at 3 days as well, and there's definitely some in here that as you average out, they might hold even longer, like a 250 super sniper, 3 days as well. So it's all around the board right now. They're looking to start to average out around 3 days. I saw some of them sometimes in the 4 or 5. I even saw one at 7 once, but it seems as more data is coming along, more trades are happening, we're averaging out, and really, like I said, Gearbox is looking for a 3-day hold time, really on average for some of these accounts. Now, there's going to be times you might even be in 1 trade pair for a week or 2. That's going to happen as well. So hopefully we've provided enough data so that you can see a little bit on why it takes a very precise trade opportunity for Gearbox to trigger. And when it does trigger, you have your opportunity to approve it, or if you're using an international version, it'll take the trade. And just understand it is more of a patience game and more of a swing trading opportunity when using Gearbox on any strategy, whether it's swing, sniper, or super sniper. The higher you go in those, right? Swing's going to take more trades, sniper's going to be more precise, and super's going to wait for a very, very precise opportunity. And super is really only for small accounts. You can use it on larger accounts because it's going to make it even safer and more precise, right? But at the same time, remember, after Wednesday, we always are raising gears by +1 anyways, and you're going to be running super sniper if you are running sniper. After Wednesday, if you're running super, you're going to be running, +1 the next. And if all of you follow all this, essentially, like I said, the name of the game is patience and really waiting for those great trade opportunities.